Hello, my name is Zamanzadeh, and this tutorial is designed to teach you about Oracle SQL. All associated videos are free with no strings attached, and at no time will you be asked to purchase anything or pay any enrollment. I've designed this course to be a step-by-step tutorial, assuming that the viewer has no knowledge of databases, SQL, or any information technology experience. For the first few videos, no coding is involved, and simply a general overview of SQL will be described to give you a step-by-step tutorial on Oracle SQL. If some of the concepts seem difficult, please do not be discouraged. All relevant information will be explained in detail in future videos, so that you will have a simple step-by-step explanation of SQL. In later videos, you will be asked to download free Oracle Express software from the Oracle Corporation's website to practice what you are learning, since it is necessary to practice SQL in order to learn the software. After you have downloaded this free software, I will teach you step by step and walk you through the process of creating tables and how to use them to form a sample database, allowing you to simulate a real-world experience using SQL. Several questions and answers along with practice problems will be given to increase your knowledge of SQL. To become a qualified database developer is not hard, but it takes time and consistent practice of SQL to maintain your level of understanding. The rewards of learning how to become an Oracle database developer are wonderful at this time. According to PayScale's website, as of December 10, 2012, in the United States, a developer with 1 to 4 years experience earns between $40,695 to $84,029. A developer with 5 to 9 years experience earns between $53,631 to $101,505. A developer with 10 to 19 years experience earns between $73,204 and $114,871, and with 20 years and more experience, a developer earns between $70,469 to $129,128. With all the videos I'm providing you with in this website, SQL, PLSQL, forms, and reports, you will have all the education that you will need to become an Oracle developer. Before we begin, it is important to understand a little about SQL, database tables, and the history of Oracle. SQL stands for Structure, Query, Language. A database is a structure which contains data about a variety of topics important to a company. Financial information, shipping, product, and customer information are just a few of the important tables within the database. In order to retrieve, input, modify, and remove data from a database requires knowledge of SQL. There are several things that talk to a database, which includes query tools, applications, software, and websites. To give you an example of a website talking to a database, suppose you go to an online store to buy something. When you purchase an item from a website, your purchase updates the store's database inventory to tell the employees that inventory has been decreased and that the shipping department needs to send the items you purchased to your address. Conversely, if you cancel an order, the website updates the database and adds back the purchased number of items to the business's inventory. Likewise, if you go to a store in person and purchase an item, the store's inventory will be updated. A relational database is a collection of tables which contain columns and rows similar to an Excel spreadsheet. The columns, also called fields, are vertical and are each given a unique name, which corresponds to the type of data it contains. For example, on this image, the student ID, first name, last name, and phone would be typical columns in a student table. The rows are displayed horizontally and represent an individual record. The intersection of a column and a row is called a value. A row, which is also called a record, is a collection of values about one specific person, item, or relevant record to your table. For example, in this image, I'm displaying 4 rows from a student table. One of the students has a student ID which has a value of 70445. His first name is John, his last name is Lee, and his phone number is 310-500-7502. This information is displayed horizontally to make it easier to read all the relevant information about that student. One important thing to consider whenever a table is designed is that one column must be a unique identifier. This is why most tables have some form of an ID column. The logic being 2 students may have the same first name and last name. 2 students may be married and have the same phone number and address. A unique column typically is a number, which only one person or item has. So that way, when you query or search the database for a record, you do not get erroneous data. Many businesses ask customers for their social security number, since that number is unique and no 2 people have the same one. A brief history of databases may explain why we now use relational databases and SQL as a standard language for speaking to all databases. Long ago, we used to have a flat file system, which was unique to a company. Often flat files had repeated information, and there was no set standard as to how data should be stored. A flat file table may contain a specific department, then list the employees within that department, then list the next department, and so on. This would cause data to be randomly placed within the database, and if the programmer quit and was replaced, the new programmer would not necessarily understand the logic behind the database. In addition, a teacher may teach 2 or 3 different courses in different departments. If the database was designed to list the teacher's address, phone number, and other non-related information to the courses they are teaching, this information would be repeated for each department. Now we use a more structured database called relational databases, where there is a standard for how information in different tables are organized. By using a unique identifier in each table, information is listed only once, and the identifier correlates to other tables. For example, suppose we have a bookstore, and a customer asks for all the books written by Stephen King and authors who write romance novels. The database would contain a table for the books the store contains, as well as the authors and genre of books categorized. Given a unique identifier, or ID, we can query the author table to find Stephen King's author ID, then query the genre table to view the ID number for books that fit into the romance category. After this, we query the books table to view all the titles of books whose author ID and genre ID match the customer request. Using SQL, all these queries can be done with a simple select statement, which you will learn in future videos. In addition, rather than telling the customer over the phone a list of all the books that match his request, most businesses keep information about their customers, including their email addresses. By asking the customer to give his information, the requested book titles can be sent via email, saving the business and customer valuable time. To simplify the process of relating information from one table to another, the relational database model is now used as opposed to the flat file system. In 1977, prior to Microsoft, the Oracle Corporation started the process which led to SQL, and the Oracle Corporation is today the largest database company in the world. The vast majority of companies worldwide today use Oracle databases, making it the most common database to work with. If you wish to have a deeper understanding of SQL and other information technology software, I found the following two websites useful: Oracle.com and Course.com. Thank you for your time.